The law of readiness. When one is ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Not sometimes, not randomly, not by luck, by law. Let that settle. Let that sink in. Because this is where everything changes. This is where you stop guessing and start understanding. This is not motivation. This is not hype. This is principle. And principles don't care how you feel. They don't care how bad you want it. They don't care how long you've been waiting. They respond only to alignment. So slow down. Listen carefully. Because if you miss this, you'll keep repeating the same cycle. Wanting more, but staying the same. Readiness, it's not about what you say. It's not about what you say with your mouth. It's not about what you post. It's not about what you claim you're about to do on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Readiness is what you are, consistently, quietly, when no one is watching. Because life doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your identity, to your patterns, to your standards, to your level of control. That's what determines what shows up in your life. Not desire, not hope, not wishing on a star, not even effort alone. Identity. Let's make it clear. Money doesn't come to the man who wants it. It comes to the man who can handle it. There's been many times where I've touched money, I've got a lot of money, and guess what? I found a way to spend it, or something mysteriously happened to where I had to spend it. What's that? That's not coincidence. That's the law. Where your mind is or where you are, trust me, your reality will stay. That's why I take the time to go through this book like it's the Bible, because it's changed my life. It's changed my philosophy on how I approach getting money. So like and subscribe if you want more of this content. Hand a man any type of money. Hand a man $1 million and they'll lose it. Not because they're unlucky, not because they're a bad person, but because they were unprepared. They haven't developed the discipline. They haven't built the mindset. They haven't created the systems. They haven't become the man who can hold that level of money. So life blocks it, not to punish them, but to protect them. Because anything you receive without readiness, you will eventually lose. That's real talk. Every time, no exceptions. So the question is not, do I want it? The question is, can I keep it? Because keeping it requires becoming someone different, someone stronger, someone sharper, someone smarter, more controlled, more aware, more disciplined, more intentional. And until that happens, it won't stay. Now apply that to everything. Opportunities don't appear randomly. They appear when you match them. Think about it. There are opportunities happening right now all around you that you can't even see. Not because they're hidden, but because you're not aligned with them. Your awareness is limited by your level of perception. It's shaped by your identity. If you're still thinking small, you won't recognize big opportunities, trust me. If you're still operating in fear, you won't move when the moment comes. If you're still inconsistent, you won't be trusted with anything that requires stability. So the opportunity passes, not because it wasn't there, but because you wasn't ready to meet it. The law, it's not personal, it's precise. You don't rise to what you want, you rise to what you become. Let that hit. Rewind this video if you need to. Take your time, study the knowledge. Because this is where most people get it wrong. They think life is about chasing moments, chasing chances, chasing breakthroughs. But breakthroughs don't come from chasing. They come from preparation, meeting opportunity. And if preparation isn't there, the opportunity doesn't land. Or worse, it lands and you fumble it. You fumble the bag. You fumble the opportunity. You've seen it before. People get a chance and ruin it. People get an opportunity and waste it. People get access and lose it. Why? because they weren't ready in the first place. They reached something their identity couldn't sustain, so it collapsed. That's why readiness matters more than desire. Desire gets you moving, but readiness determines what stays. When one is ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Find your Think and Grow Rich book, look at page 3, and reread this quote until it's memorized in your brain. That means it's already there waiting, not being created, but being revealed. Because once you align with it, you start to notice it. You start to move toward it naturally. You start to attract it without forcing it. Not because you're lucky, but because you became compatible with it. Compatibility, yeah, that's the word. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you're compatible with. If your habits don't match success, if your routine don't match success, you won't be able to hold success. If your mindset doesn't match wealth, you won't be able to keep wealth. If your discipline doesn't match greatness, you won't be able to sustain that greatness. So life keeps you where you are until you change who you are, not out of cruelty, but out of order. Because giving you something too early will break you. Imagine stumbling across $1 million as a drug addict. What do you think that's gonna do? Do you think that's gonna automatically change his life? Or do you think he's gonna go deeper into who he is? That just gave him more resources to destroy himself. And it's the same for you. Imagine handing pressure to someone who hasn't built resilience. Imagine handing responsibility to someone who avoids accountability. Imagine handing power to someone who lacks control. It will collapse. So life waits, not forever, but until you catch up, until your identity matches what you're asking for. The moment it does, everything shifts. Suddenly, things start happening. People say, you got lucky. You were in the right place. It just worked out. But they didn't see the work. They didn't see the transformation. They didn't see the internal shift. They didn't see the nights you chose discipline over comfort. They didn't see the standards you raised when nobody was watching. They didn't see you becoming. They only saw it appear. But you know the truth. It didn't appear randomly. It appeared because you were ready. Because you built yourself into alignment with it. Because you became the version of yourself that could receive it, that could handle it, that could keep it. That's the law. Once you understand that, you stop rushing, you stop forcing, you stop chasing, because you realize everything you want is on the other side of who you're becoming. Not what you're grabbing, not what you're chasing, not what you're demanding. Who you are daily, repeatedly, consistently. Because readiness is not a moment, it's a standard. It's not something you turn on. When opportunity shows up, it's something you live in before it arrives. That's why most people miss it. They wait until the moment comes, then they try to rise to it. But by then, it's too late, because you don't rise in the moment. You reveal who you already are in the moment. So if you haven't built it, it won't be there. If you haven't practiced it, it will not show up. If you haven't become it, you won't sustain it. That's why preparation is everything. Not surface level preparation, not fake discipline, not temporary effort, real preparation, internal, deep, unseen, the kind that changes your identity, the kind that rewires your habits, the kind that builds control. Because when that happens, you don't have to force anything. You don't have to chase anything. You don't have to beg for anything. It comes naturally because you're ready. And once you're ready, it has no choice. When one is ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Not because you ask, not because you wish, not because you chase, but because you became. And once you become, it's all inevitable.